Good morning, listeners, and welcome back to the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions radio show. We just had a little technical difficulty, but welcome back to part 2 of our interview with Marvin Epstein from Couming International. I'm going to give you a brief overview of Marvin. You can get the full bio and introduction in episode 1. That will allow us more time for episode 2 and to talk about the tremendous work he's done thus far. Marvin Epstein is a serial entrepreneur who has built a variety of businesses and co-founder of Couming International, an exclusive private membership organization dedicated to connecting exceptional and inspirational entrepreneurs both socially and professionally. And in the first episode, he talked to us about some of his foundational issues and some of his beliefs and how he got to be such a great success in life. Marvin, are you welcome back to us?
I am indeed.
Excellent. Thank you. And thank you for everything you gave us in episode 1. It was tremendous. And if the listeners are, if they didn't have a chance to listen to it, please go back and listen to it. But if we could, in episode 2, can we talk a little bit more about Couming International and some of the other charity work and everything you're doing? Because you're doing tremendous stuff, and I'd love the listeners to hear a bit about that.
Sure. Well, obviously, Couming International is something I'm very passionate about. And when it got started, one of the things I learned about building a business and having it be the most successful, what I realized in going through different business opportunities, failures and successes, is to build something that you really care about the people that you're involved in and the people that are your partners. I can remember back even when, I was a little kid and walking to Hebrew school with one of my best friends. And we used to walk by this one house that had all these pomegranates. And he was kind of the instigator, and somehow I was a little bit of the follower. And just a quick segue is, so, we saw these pomegranates, and, I was taller than him, so I could jump and grab a few. And then after a while, we realized that the pomegranates were farther and farther away from us, so finally we had to climb over the wall. And somehow I was the one that was talked into climbing over the wall, not realizing that when you climb over on the other side, the wall is much farther down than you realize. So just based on that experience, what I realized are 2 things. Is, one, I had a friend of mine that obviously if I listen to everything he says, I may get into a little bit of trouble. However, what I also realized is there was a certain camaraderie, and I'm fortunate enough to still have a friendship and a relationship with him till this day. And, one of the things that I realized about, him and things that are in, I'd say, the world of karma is it's really about who you are and the people that you surround yourself with. And one of the things that was really important to me that I didn't realize how important it was is that I need to be around people that I care about, that I love, and I respect. And when I was involved in different businesses and different opportunities where I didn't have that environment, I wasn't successful. And I'm not saying everybody is wired that way, but what I realized is that was something that was very important to me. So for your listeners, one takeaway, if I can, give one quick, if you want to call it mini exercises, if you really want to know if somebody is the right person that you want to be with and you care about and you want to spend time with, especially in a business environment, and with social media now where everybody can see everything you're doing, is if you just take a moment and visualize the person that or persons that you think are going to be your partners, and close your eyes and pretend you're in the biggest audience in the world and the universe is watching you, and you have to reach down, grab their hand, and hold it up to the sky to acknowledge that you're associated with them and they're associated with you. And if you can do that and feel good about it and have a smile on your face, then you've found the right partner. If you, for a minute, flinch or feel uncomfortable or don't want to raise their hand because you feel like you should only be raising your hands, then chances are you don't really have the right partner. And if you can find that out at the very beginning, I can tell you, because I joke with people when I speak in some entrepreneurial settings. I say I was a 10-year overnight success. Yep. And it took me a long time to realize certain exercises, and that's one exercise that if somebody would have told me that from the very beginning, I know I would have avoided some of the situations I was in. I'm not, I'm glad that I was able to experience what I did and learn from it. But as they say, the goal is to have somebody have some things where they can learn, and they can learn faster than you can. So that kind of, leads into where, karma became a value to me. But I really want to stress that point and give that kind of an exercise, because I realized how important it is. And obviously in explaining that, I'm incredibly blessed and incredibly fortunate to have the partners that I do, or karma wouldn't be where it is today.
Yeah, and to me, that's so important. Who you associate with yourself, being around positive, like-minded people, goal-orientated people who are trying to make a change in the world, and just surrounding yourself with people like that, opposed to the other people who aren't don't have those traits. And I like the way you did that, and also the importance of, if you can find something out in the beginning, don't try to fix it. Don't try to make it right. Accept it for what it is, and move on and get into a situation that's healthier for both of you. Am I correct?
100%. And, the expression fail faster.
Yep, fail forward.
That's telling yourself, look, you care enough to try what you can try, and if it doesn't work, your goal is the next time to fail faster, because really what that does is, it is, without being too corny, it really is the roadmap to success. When I was involved in the hedge fund world at one point, one of the things I realized from a standpoint of evaluating, whether or not we were going to give monies to certain companies, is if somebody actually failed before, I know that they know how to pick themselves up and fix things. And in every partnership that I've had that's been successful, I've worked with people that have, I don't want to use the word anymore as failed, I'll just say that didn't succeed. Because what I realized is, when you quote-unquote fail, if you don't do it again or don't try again, then you did fail. That's the only time you really failed.
Yep.
If you failed and tried again and made it better, or changed it or modified it, or found a way to make it something that was more what you wanted, then all you did is it took you longer to succeed, and you just succeeded faster.
Excellent. And that goes back to the perception, how you perceive something. It wasn't a failure. You just found a way that it didn't work. And now you're closer, one step closer to finding a way that it's going to work. We got about 10, 15 minutes tops here. And I just wanted to, what you guys are doing is tremendous. And you have these great parties that bring like-minded, very successful people, but also philanthropists, people who are giving back to the community, like yourself, coming on to this show. You're not getting paid. You're calling in at 8 o'clock in your time. You could be sleeping or getting ready for your day. You're just doing this to give back. I'm not getting paid. I'm doing this to give back. So, you throw these tremendous parties. Can you tell people about the parties and a little bit more of what Karma does?
Sure. And obviously, I would say for your listeners' purposes, they probably know the parties more than the organization at this point. I mean, we've thrown some, I would say, legendary parties and created some tremendously well-recognized themed events. And, the credit, and I'd be remiss if I didn't give credit to, the true founding partners, a gentleman named Eric Stotz, who some of your listeners may know him. He's well recognized in several different things. And Eric actually grew up in Connecticut in the East Coast, so he has what I call an East Coast soul and mentality. And the other one, Dylan Marr, and Dylan's probably one of the most exceptional individuals, and also one of the most, I'd say, respected event producers there is. And Dylan is the cornerstone for our event success, and being the CEO of Karma International. He really is a tremendous leader, and the one thing I would say is, you need to understand your role in the company. And your role in the company needs to make sure that you not only have a leader, but somebody that knows how to lead. And I'm fortunate and blessed to have two partners and another gentleman that came on board, a gentleman, Robert Golden, who between all of us, we've not only had amazing experiences, but we've created for sure lifelong friendships. And that kind of culminates into, the different events that we've done over the years, starting with an event years ago that we first did at the Playboy Mansion called Candyland. And it was kind of Alice in Wonderland meets Willy Wonka with kind of a sexy and cool vibe, and everybody dressed up as their favorite candy. And believe me, there was definitely some interesting, tasty treats and sweets, I'll say.
At the Playboy Mansion?
We used.
Excellent.
And we've done some things. We took Candyland. We created something called Masquerade, which actually is a party that we do with our Karma members and guests every year. We just had it, in fact, recently, earlier last month. And we did something called the Candy Cruise, which seems to be, no matter how many people know us, if they've ever been on this thing, it was a full ship charter takeover that we did 3 of them. And it was basically a hotel, casino, nightclub, and concert and giant pool party on a cruise ship, where we literally took over the cruise ship. And we had about, I'd say, 3,000 to 4,000 people. And it's still pretty legendary till this day. We're trying to figure out a way to bring it back one way or another. But because Karma's grown and has so many more chapters, and we're really focused on growing the membership and growing chapters, throughout the country and outside the country, it's hard to do an event like a Candy Cruise, because it's a tremendous undertaking. However, doesn't mean to say that we stop doing events by any means. One of the events that's actually coming, in fact, this month, June 24th, is the Maximum Hot 100 party, which is going to be in Hollywood. Haley Baldwin is the cover model, and she obviously has celebrity attachments as well as being a beautiful, beautiful girl. So she'll be the MC, and the event's going to be amazing. It'll be about 3,000 people. We'll have very well-known performers and entertainers, and just a great group of people that come from all over the world. That is going to be an exciting event.
I know that you offered to give a couple of tickets away to our listeners to the Maximum event, which is June 24th in Hollywood, I believe you said.
Oh, that was nice of me. Yeah,
that was incredible. You texted it to me. I was like, wow.
Need to thank you.
Wow.
I love how you put me on the spot. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm happy to give away 2 tickets. It's a invite-only event, and we can talk about it, but we'll do something offline. We'll give away 2 tickets, and we'll think about something fun and cool that we can do. Maybe we'll have them send in what's their favorite Karma experience or something. We'll think of something cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I was going by
give away 2 tickets.
Okay, I was going by a text you sent me too, so I didn't just but I didn't try to put you on the spot too much. I was going to say make them go back to the first episode and what happened when Mom asked when you told Mom you wanted to leave or something. But yeah, whatever you want. Listen, is you know what I mean? Whatever you want. I mean, this is I don't think
we'll think of something cool.
Yeah.
One of the things I do want to say, especially because I know we only have a few more minutes, is one of the things I really like about Karma is that we've, as I said, you learn from your successes, and sometimes you have to kind of go through the growing pains. And, because our events became so high profile, we kind of lost a little bit of, the track of being able to explain to people what Karma is in the membership side. And when we started really focusing on the membership, we created a very, I'd say, strategic programming solution where we do tremendous different, I'd say, more intimate events for our members. One of the things that was really important to us is when Karma does events, like Maxim and some of the other events that we do, a lot of people see, a lot of, male members. But one of the things that was really important to all of us as partners is we wanted to make sure that female entrepreneurs, just as successful and just as powerful and impactful, had a voice. So we started what we call the Women of Karma, which is still within the same company, but they actually have their own event programming where they do an event a month, and like their next event in July is going to be health and wellness retreat at Bacara. So it's going to be really exciting. So that's one of the things that we've added. And one of the other things that we've done now is, now that we've honed in on, I'd say we've made the event side kind of over the top, we now have honed in on something that we're now doing, which is more focused groups for the entrepreneurs specifically. July 18th is our first, what we've now named Mentor Minds. And that's going to be for Karma members that are tremendous entrepreneurs that are going to share their insight, their interests, their experiences, similar from, the inside out, as we say, and who they are. And, it's going to be about 100-plus people. We're going to do the first one in L.A., but one of the things I've learned in the business building side is you build a brand, you brand it with different style and different experiences, and people will remember those things. And so I'm really proud that, we're doing things for the true entrepreneur, because what we've looked at is we're very fortunate that, Karma members are, for the most part, entrepreneurs in themselves, some very, very successful, and they have no problem giving us feedback. And, where most organizations, the company does all the work and continues to create and develop and innovate, where we have members every single time we do an event, there's always feedback. Can you do this? Or here's what I would suggest, or this is what I'd like to see. And one of the things they ask for is, can we do something where it's a true entrepreneur experience? And so Mentor Minds is one of the things that's coming, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah, that's tremendous. In addition to all the other tremendous things you do, I want to let the listeners know I've built a relationship with my listeners over time, and we have land-wise, we have like 1.5 million plus. However, many tune in online. Sometimes when people go to the website, there is a problem with the Apple, so I always try to use to the WCAP Apple users. So I always also have my website live stream for them too. But so in iTunes Radio, but I want to let the listeners know, Marvin's not here by accident. He has a tremendous organization, and I'm aware of it. I brought him on to expose you to it. If you're really trying to level up, 3-4 levels up, and also give back, get next to people who have been tremendously successful but have done it in a heart-centered way, you need to learn about Karma. And because I am becoming a member myself, and I have, I have other things going on, I have I have links that you can use to become. So contact me offline at Ron, R-O-N, RCSTechnologySolutions.com, and Marvin has given me tremendous deals as a gift to the listeners. So please feel free to contact me for being a member. And I would love that, because you'll be taking the plane with me when we go out, because I'll be joining many different events. But again, they're providing business owners and entrepreneurs with access to tremendous things to grow your business, but also to grow your soul. When you're in business and you have the ability to give back, it just elevates you. And not just in a business sense, but all of us want to be able to give back to some degree, whether it's just being a mentor, being a coach, or being able to donate to Make-A-Wish or something. It's all good. At the end of the day, we're all human, and we're all just trying to survive, right? Carmen, we got like 3 or 4 minutes left, and if you can impart anything to the listeners, please do. And I got to tell you, you're the first guest I've had on that I gave the entire show to. So that's how important you are to me, and I hope the listeners really get that and, dig in and learn about these things, and contact me and get a discounted membership. So whatever you got left to say, Marvin?
Well, thanks. Well, first of all, I appreciate it, and then I hope your listeners felt some things that, like I said, were amusing as well as they learned. One of the things I would say is, and it's truly about who you are more than what you do, and Karma is just, it's a microcosm of, how I live my life, and what I want to see is I want to know more about the person first. And we have tremendous entrepreneurs. We had one of our members who you met, at Harvard University, who I also invited to speak. He's 27 years old, and he's a managing partner of a huge private equity firm, and he was tremendously successful at a young age. But the success is great, but if you really spend time with him and listen to his story, the kid's 27 years old. I call him a kid. So, we have members that are of all ages, but I can sit with them and literally we can kind of go toe-to-toe and have conversations about business topics or, social topics. We were having a conversation the other day about, he's buying a couple of tables at the Maxim party, and he's trying to tell me how to restructure the table buying experience and the calculation.
I love it.
And literally, he spent time putting a spreadsheet together. So where I'm going with this is it's about really investing the time in learning and listening. And, there's kind of two ways to do it, if I can, give you kind of, two good things. One is, for anybody, that believes in their family, and I call family their immediate family or anything, and also their faith. And their faith can be any religion, any culture, anything that really kind of grounds them. You need that time to be yourself and to be with yourself and to be with whoever you feel is, the higher power, whether you're, whatever religion you are, it doesn't matter, but you need that time to really listen and learn and grow inside, because that's going to make you a better person for everybody. And that's one of the things, whether you're Jewish or Catholic or Buddhist or whatever it is, if you have a true faith that you believe in and you really believe in it, it's going to help you grow. And if you have a day or you have an hour or, as people call it, meditation, for me, because I'm Jewish, it's called Shabbat. So I didn't have to create much. I have it. For other people, they have their Sunday or they have another day that's really theirs. And that's one takeaway I want to leave with people is find a time that's really yours and you own and you can learn, because the world is moving so fast now. And for any of us to get the most out of life, we really need to be ready, because life is hitting us now all the time in every way. And we really want to be ready and prepared. And if we're ready and prepared, we'll be able to take advantage of those opportunities. And the one other thing I want to leave, which is very heartfelt, is, I've come to the conclusion that there's what I call people of abundance and people of acceptance. And the people of acceptance are here in this world for a reason. And the people of abundance are here in this world for a reason. We both benefit each other. The people of abundance are here because we have too much. That's what it means. And our role is to share and to be able to give, whether it's fundraising for charities or just give to somebody that you see on the street or help somebody in need in some way. And the return that you get on your investment is priceless emotional gratification, their acceptance of your validation. So those are two things, and I have something. Do I have a minute left? Or
yeah, go ahead. Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes, go ahead.
So I have something that I call the circle of abundance, and what I mean is anybody can do this. This is a great exercise. Find a place in wherever you live and carve out a certain spot. And this is called the circle or square of abundance. And every day you wake up in the morning and you take something that's in your place and you put it in that spot. 30 days later, you look and see what you have, and those are things that you're going to give away. And I guarantee you, your listeners, and I would say every single one of your listeners, I would say 100%, every day will find something that they have that they can give away, that they know they won't need, and somebody else will need more. And if you do something like this, every 30 days, you will re-energize yourself, not only by getting rid of clutter in an organic way, but by giving something away, knowing that somebody else can get value for it. And, in closing, I mean, that's what karma's all about. As they say, what goes around comes around. Sharing is caring. And one of our members put it best. He said, I came to Karma as an organization because I came for the parties and stayed for the friends. And those are really the things that make your life more enjoyable, is find the things that you enjoy, find the things that you're passionate about, and then really invest the time in doing those things. Invest in people. If you invest in people, the things that you do will become more rewarding.
Tremendous value. I can't, and I know, was that Sean Franks that you were talking about earlier?
Yes.
Yeah, because I kind of figured that.
And by the way, you should definitely have Sean on, no doubt.
He's scheduled, I believe. I don't have my schedule in front of me, but he's coming on either next Monday or the following Monday. So Absolutely. And Matt has been on because Matt was there too. He's from Boston. And Diane Hoffman, who's another member of Karma, she was on a couple of months ago. And I know Stacy Kaufman. I know quite a few people. Eric Oshie, he's been a guest on. He's a member of Karma. So I've been on the fringes for a while. I'm a big fan. I really like everything you guys are doing. And you have some quality, high-quality people in your organization.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, if you hashtag Karma Life, you can see, our social media, and you'll get a chance to see what we're up to, because we're always posting stuff and always telling people what's going on. And if somebody wants to see my Instagram, it's Karma Marv. So I would say, it really is all about karma. And I'm so glad to hear that Sean's going to be on. And if you have him on after the Maxim event, that'll be exciting.
Or maybe I'll ask him, because I think it's the 12th or the 19th. So your event's the 24th, right? So yes. Maybe I'll ask him if he wants to come on after. But I don't know. Maybe I'll be at the Maximum event, or a couple of our guests might win a ticket. Who knows?
No, I love it. Well, like I said, offline, you and we can talk with your producer about how to do a cool giveaway. So we'll get that done for you, and we'll make it something that's fun.
I love it. And thank you so much. And listeners, you've been listening to Marvin Epstein, who's from Karma International, which is karmainternational.com. But he's going to give away a ticket or two, which is a pure gift. I don't think you even know. You can't get these unless you're a member. Membership starts, and it's a big deal to get even one ticket. So it's huge that he's doing this. And he's also offered special membership things if you go through me, and I just send the information forward, and send me the information at Ron, R-O-N, at rcstechnologysolutions.com. And Marvin, thank you so much. And everyone, you've been listening to the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions with Ronald Couming from RCS Technology Solutions, where we help business owners and entrepreneurs achieve even greater success by attracting, converting, and retaining their ideal customers and clients using the power of the Internet. Have a great week, everyone.